Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream. I hope you're doing good and well. My goodness. Technology. This week has been crazy. No, it's the beginning of the week. Weekend, today, all sorts. I don't know if my lighting seems good or not. Oh dear. What can you do? Not all the YouTube comments are coming in. Why is that? Maybe we need to do a restart. Perfect. So today is going to be a power talk. It's going to be episode 1036. I was just looking on YouTube. My YouTube videos are scheduled out till March next year. Next year till March. So I could just stop now. Well, the podcast is not, still like December, I think. So we've been doing a lot of podcasting. I think that's where I've been a bit burnt out recently. That or the exercise, which I haven't been doing that much. But yeah, last night I went on Amazon and I spent $200+ on a new bit of equipment, which is meant to be fixing everything. So this kind of power modulator hub thing means I can not have the issues I had before. And so far so good, other than one monitor shut down before the stream started. But I think that's because I was playing around with wires for a lot of the day today. Trust me, if you were to see the amount of wires, it'll be crazy. There's just lots and lots of wires. I'd probably guess at around 40, 50. Of all the little things I have. Maybe not that much. Maybe though. Maybe. But I hope you had a good weekend. And all is good in your world. It is, what, the last day of the month probably? Is it almost? It means we're going into October. Going into the fall. How many days in September? Isn't September the 30-day month? No, it's not. No, I'm looking all the way in October. I don't know where I am on my calendar either. What can you do? What month are we in? September? Because I've been invited to a speaking kind of thing. But I'm going to be in England and trying to work a way around it. 30 days in September, it says. So I couldn't pull up Rosa's message, and I can't quite see it because it's buried because you said it beforehand, but you said something in the words of, thank you for the hypnosis. And you're more than welcome, my friend. Great to have you here if you're still here. Oh, see look, technology. How on earth am I meant to read that? Are you meant to be able to read that? maybe we'll just leave it there. Pleased to hear about it's actually helped in releasing and getting better. Good. And would I consider doing a program for inflammatory bowel disease? Go to josephclough.info/ABC, put it in there if you haven't. I've got a huge list. Like, I get so many requests and it's hard to do with the time that I have. Like, I feel like I don't have time in general for life. But go there and I'll see what I can do. Just give me a bit of a pointer, like be kind of a bit specific. You said about YouTube. In order to comment on YouTube, on the live, you got to be a subscriber. So subscribe to the YouTube channel and then you should get there. And we should be just fine. Hey Cheryl, great to have you here as well. Just realized your name and Mr. C name spell your name. What? What does that mean? Oh. Oh dear. I should never be fixing things on the stream as it is, but I think we have to. But how long is that? You want that? Otherwise I can't put in your comments anymore. Right, let's start this side and see what we can do. There we go. Then we'll do that. And it disappeared. I think it's because it's on a timer. And because my monitors all went down, they're all in the wrong position on my screen, so I'll fix that right there. Done. So, see? That'll do. Just for your name and Mrs. C name spell your name JC. Mrs. C though is not a J. I don't get it. But look who it is. The B-boy. You can't quite see him. Sebastiano is here joining us today. So please say hello to him in the chat. And I'll try and fix that at the same time. It's Mr. C. No, Mr. Sebastian. There we go. Look at the boy. Snoozing away, Mr. C. Right here. I put him in here today as well. So I got little Sebastian and oh my goodness, Michelle, did you do that? What is, are we in Mercury retrograde or whatever they call it? Did I get that wrong again? Mercury retrograde. Great to have you here, Michelle. And thank you, Cheryl, for the very, very kind super chat. That's crazy amount. That's way too much. Thank you for supporting the show. You do way too much for your contributions. Very, very kind. But way too much. Thank you. Right, are we good? Michelle, did you do that again? We might have to abandon the comments, not the stream, just the comments. But it's great to hear you finally heard from your son. I haven't looked too much into the news about it at the moment because I've been crazy busy, but I'm really pleased to hear. Hopefully he's, well, you've heard from him, but hopefully he's good as well. Hey Angela, I'm doing pretty good. I've had all these tech issues, as you can see. Bit crazy day, trying to fix everything. But we're here. And these are challenges. Med is in the house. Welcome, Med. Great to have you back. What's Rocktober again? I think you've told me. Okay. Like I said, at the moment, I've got about 30 or more requests, probably more than that. App suggestions. Actually, I've got 117 suggestions, so that'll take me the rest of the year to do. I've done some of them though, so it's probably about 100 or so. But great to have you on Facebook. Like I said, you might want to subscribe. That might be the reason. Nice, that's be awesome. Might pop down to San Diego. It's better than LA, in my opinion. It's quieter. Other metas here. I swear you're the same person on 2 different platforms. Yes, staying off social media. And you're probably arguing with bots as well. So use this episode to reconnect. And there, on the app, there is an internet addiction and social media addiction. So you might want to listen to that hypnosis session as you go to sleep at night. Yeah, Mr. Sebastian and Mr. C. Yeah, listen to the social media one. It's in the app. You got it, my friend. Or did I miss Mary? Welcome, Mary, if I didn't welcome you. These below in comments. As in the placeholders, not your comments. Hey Mina, great to have you here. Welcome back. Hey Eric, and thank you for your kind words on my YouTube. Great to have you here. Yeah, it's technology, eh? Oh, well that makes sense. Pleased to hear that. Hopefully everyone can be safe. Yeah, that's why I live here. I remember I haven't eaten out for months. I don't even need I got a caffeine addiction one on the app as well. There he is. And Mr. C. Behind your comment. So I've got him for the next week until Monday or Tuesday. So that's been nice. We've already gone for 2 WLKs today already. I managed to go for a nice 3.5 mile walk while not simultaneously working. Hey Sue, it has been a long time. I hope you're doing well. If you haven't seen yet, Sue, but we're gonna have a new update to the app. I haven't got the latest one yet, but It's gonna be like that. You get to check in. There's been a new little update system for the new sessions. Oh my goodness, I've got to do that today or tomorrow. All the new hypnosis sessions. But then you got these categories, and then favorites at the top. You can tap in and you see all the tracks, and there's night mode, dark mode, all the other kind of modes you want. So we are getting there. And there's going to be 2 new sections: hypnotic meditations and reflections, which is a secret one, but it's a cool one. I should have probably been on full screen for that one. English isn't that much better, to be honest, than British politics. Yeah, caffeine is definitely not good for panic attacks. Yeah, little Sebastian. I haven't had an IPA though for months. I've lost count now, but I think it's been over 3 months. But if I am around, if I'm free, then I can see what I can do. It's very, very kind of you. Kind offer. But yeah, I've never been to Jeff's Burger. Jeff. Yes, it's gonna be so cool. I spoke to the developers today, like early this morning, and Mr. C's here as well. He's gonna be about to get into the sun. And I've got actually the Android version on my phone. But I've turned it off because I don't use Android. And it worked wonderfully. No issues whatsoever. Hopefully this session... did you do that? Did you do that? Sorry to hear that, but hopefully this session will help. Oh, thank you so much. Alright, I'm quitting the stream. I'm quitting the stream. I'm actually going to quit live streaming because of this. I'm going to quit live streaming from now on, all because my comments aren't working. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm shutting it down. Someone test on a YouTube channel. YouTube about comments. There we go. Let's see if this one works. Mary, are you going to be lucky for me? Yes. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, gotcha. My head's a little bit fuzzy myself with all this tech issues. So what do you want to talk about today on the Power Talk? Anyone? Give me some suggestions. What suggestions do you want me to talk about? And we'll get started. I'll try and weave it in. I'll try my best. I'll try.
I will try to do my best. What the? Did you hear that noise? I had a noise.
Yes, Mr. C going crazy again. Overwhelm. We'll do that as Mr. C gets crazy when Sebastian's here. I'm sure I'll just give it a couple of minutes. Okay, I'll see what I can do. I try and I will try. I'm gonna favor these, and favor these. Anything else? Because I had an idea, but I'll see if I can weave it in at the same time. Awesome, congratulations. Good, good, good. Look at that. Just losing the weight. That's great. Great example of what can be done. Okay, it's 22 minutes past. We should get going. Maybe it'll be a short one. Maybe it'll be a medium one. Maybe it'll be a long one. Maybe, we'll see. I could use that one too. Mediation is scheduled for 22nd. Well, we've got a live one on self-certainty. That's gonna help as well. That's on Friday. That's on Friday. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Right, should we get into it? I think we should. I can no longer see what anyone else is about to chat for the time being. I wish there was another way I could have two windows. I'll just go by memory. So, overwhelm, motivation to get things going. Okay. Let's just have fun with it. Let's have some fun. Oh, music. There we go. Are you ready? 1, 3, 6. I can. See, it was all a joke. You fell for my trap. Okay, let's get to it. 1, 0, 3, 6. Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Joseph Clough and this is episode 1036. And in today's episode, we're doing a power talk, something that we do ever so occasionally between hypnosis sessions. And today we're going to be covering a number of conversations ultimately. I want us to think about, are we truly stepping up to the energy to our desires? Like, is your desire to receive or to act and react in a certain way in a certain situation, even if you're going through conflict, are you stepping up with the equal energy of action to make that a reality? because you have to become someone different from who you are today in order to achieve your goals and desires, because your goals and desires aren't in the present. They're not here right now. So that means you have to consider on an identity level that maybe I've got to make the shift. Now, what is the shift? The shift is actually trying to re-identify with who you are, because you tend to think that you're a certain person with certain belief systems for certain experiences, certain situations, past events, past people. All of those situations in your mind as a memory has caused you to have a conclusion of what you think you are. Even in those challenging situations, we may begin to second guess ourselves. And that's where the conflict lies. You see, if you could imagine on the one hand, you want all these goals and dreams, even if it's the materialistic, even if it's monetary, even if it's relationship, even if it's in your health, even if it's dealing with confrontation or certain situations, tough times that you may be going through. So on the one hand, you really, really want that. But on the other hand, there's a part of us, which I would say is unconscious, that begins to sabotage our ability to do and be and to become the person that you need to be. You see, those ideas about yourself are probably, and absolutely I would say, are not even your own. You see, we've been hypnotized. We've been hypnotized for all those past experiences. We've been hypnotized by maybe our parents saying, you're never gonna make it, over and over again, or having high expectations for you, saying you should be at this level. And that repetition, or the repetition of their voice, the repetition of the results or the lack of results in terms of the situations you went through, start to build up. It starts to gain traction. And it's almost as if our unconscious mind has been hypnotized to believe that we're not able to cope, we're unable to love ourselves, we're unable to have the validation that we truly desire, so therefore we begin to seek it from external means. Now, the external means of validation can mean many different things. It could be the validation of emotion. You see, if you're not feeling that good, you may tend to go ahead and go into like the social media to try to get some validation because of the feeling it will give you. But that endless doom scrolling only ever makes you feel disconnected. Same thing when it comes to maybe food or alcohol, the lack of exercise. It could be all those external things. It can even be your behavior of people pleasing, when you're just trying to help everyone in the hope that they begin to see you. You see, we all want to be seen, heard, and felt. That is one thing that we truly desire, to be seen. But how are you meant to be? I'll let that out. I don't know what happened there. How are you ever meant to truly be seen if you don't really see yourself in the same way? Consider that. Like, we may try to find people to fulfill ourselves, but that'll never happen because you don't feel it within yourself. So I'm going to say it again. How are you ever meant to feel and know or to be seen from those actions of people pleasing when you don't see it within yourself? You see, the external validation is never going to make you truly happy. And as I said, we've gone through all these situations in the past. Now, even if you're going through conflict right now, maybe you've got some challenging situations, maybe you've got to get things done, maybe you need to be able to stop doing certain behaviors. What is governing that? Well, it's going to be our past. It's going to be how we identify ourselves, how we've been hypnotized to stay the same. I like to think my hypnosis, or even hopefully these power talks, because I try to talk to your conscious and your unconscious beneath the surface, to begin to wake up out of those trances. And if we can undo those bad spells, we can start to begin to see something different. to put yourself in a place where when you look at yourself, you go, yeah, we're going to make this work. Me and my unconscious mind, we're going to start to come together and we're going to start to integrate the conflict. We're going to start to see the resistance as an opportunity to begin to heal ourselves. Imagine that all the resistance you're going through is actually a pointer, actually a signal, a cue to say it's time to heal ourselves. That's all the resistance is. It's a signal to your neurology. So even if you have that anger, sadness, fear, guilt, hurt, shame, grief, all of those emotions, even if you have all the limiting thoughts, the fear of failure, the fear of not being enough, the fear of success, the fear of being found out, imagine if you were to start to see them differently. Not as things that are holding you back, although they are, but actually they can cause us to wake up to do something about it. But there's a part of us is just waiting on the inside to go, I'm ready to claim my dream. I'm going to stake a claim on whatever I want. Because if I want it and I'm going to feel good and it's going to allow me to help others, good, in other words, ecology, good for self, good for others, and good for the world. So that's how we should have all our goals, ideally. But when you come from that intention, maybe because of that resistance, it's actually pushing you to put your attention on the inside, to look for something deeper, where you get to shine a light onto what is good and great. And when you start to do that, if you could imagine that every situation in the past has led us to look for these confirmation bias that proves that maybe we're not enough, or we're not worthy, or we're not deserving. Maybe that's just our part of the brain trying to keep us safe, to prove a point as to why we are like we are. Those reasons create excuses, and those excuses create justifications, and then it starts more of that confirmation bias. But how, would be the question, is how can we look for a different level of confirmation? So number one, once again, realize and recognize that all this resistance is an opportunity to change. It's an opportunity to rise up, even if there's the external storm. Even if you're really dealing with it right now, see it as an opportunity to become the warrior of your life, to be the person who actually makes a difference, who shines. Because when you think about it, there's not really a good opportunity to become the warrior of your life in just a tranquil life. Usually the warrior appears when everything is going wrong. And that, in that opportunity, in that moment, we take a grasp of something deeper. And I've talked about it before, like the hero's journey. That in every book, every movie, there's an opportunity for the main person, the hero, to wake up, to go on that inner journey of transformation. You see, when you begin to do that, when you begin to look at that resistance as an opportunity to change, you will rise up. It is a wake-up call. It is a signal. It's an opportunity to discover something deeper within yourself. And then, when we say the words to discover something deeper within ourselves, what are we doing? We're now starting the inner validation as to why you are worthy, as to why you are enough, as to why you're good enough and capable, and as to why you're of value. There are so many opportunities, so many incidences throughout your whole day that you can begin to see and validate by the qualities that you have. I'll tell you one right now. You're here, you're listening to this experience. You're here, you're listening to the podcast. And that means you're invested. And the person who's invested in their development is, to me, the greatest gift that you can give yourself, because it means you want to develop. You may not already be where you want to be, but that is a great quality and value. But the problem is we tend to look for all the other things that have gone wrong on our day, or to keep on replaying. But if you start to wake up and become conscious of the things that where you are good, the things that you have done, The things that you can, even if they're really small, by the way, they could be the smallest things in the world. But when you start to pay attention to them, it's like you're telling your unconscious mind now to look for more of the same. Where your unconscious mind is now being given the suggestion to look for these new opportunities, even the things that you don't see. And that starts to build up more information. It starts to look for more of it. Whatever we focus on begins to grow. In other words, reticular activating system of our brain. And now we're starting to set that plan. So each and every day, look for the good around you, but within you. And then you'll start to do more good. And you're going to start to see more values. But there are going to be a few challenges along the way. You see, when you decide and declare that this resistance is an opportunity to change on the inside, great. But sometimes you'll go ahead and start to tell people, even the ones you love. I say you have to at first protect your dream. In fact, you've got to protect your home first. Like external influence, negative influence, I'm all out going cutting it out. That's just me personally. But I understand that not everyone wants to go to that extreme. But you have to at least manage that energy. You have to start to disconnect and add other people who would support that dream. But even then, I probably wouldn't start to shout about it on the internet, because other people's voices will start to get in your mind. They'll start to reaffirm, and it will only be coming from their own resistance as to what is possible or what can be done. They're going to be echoing. It's going to be like an echo chamber within your mind, because you're being hypnotized by those people again. They're pushing on their fears as to why you can't do it. Maybe they had dreams once before, but someone told them that they couldn't do it, and they're just repeating that same story to you. So I would really urge you to do the quiet work first. I was talking to a friend just recently who's been doing an amazing job at doing the quiet work. Just going all in, sharing with the right people at times, but really starting to get the unconscious mind to really be protective of whatever you desire. So now what we're doing is we're shutting out the external influence for negative. We're starting to bring the right people, but only sharing that dream when we understand that they will support us, that they will lift us up. The number one quality and value in a relationship for me is lifting one another up. One and another up. That is so important. So do not share your dream to those who will not do that. And it might be a lonely journey in the beginning, but it's okay, because it's a discovery journey. It's not always meant to be shared. And doing the quiet work will be the most validating thing in the long run, because you'll be doing the work that no one sees, and you'll be gaining that momentum. And it will allow you to start to get that progress. And with that confirmation bias of doing the work and seeing your qualities, seeing the values, listening to the hypnosis, maybe every day or every time as you go to sleep, making a little list in your mind before you go to sleep of all that you did is good. Forget about all the things you did bad or wrong subjectively. Dismiss those for a time being. You see, do you know the best way to be able to help someone or to teach someone? It is not to point out their flaws. It's not to be a critic. It's about looking for the good. You see, if you're seeing someone who's learning and you're saying you're doing that wrong, obviously it gets them stuck, right? And it starts to go all wrong. I know from my experience at school, and it created a ton of issues around my belief. But when there's that teacher, even if you didn't do it perfectly, says you did that great, what does that do to you? You start to focus on it. And when you start to focus on what you did that is good, your unconscious mind and that confirmation good bias will start to elevate the rest of your game, because it is focusing on what is good. So every time you go to sleep, before you listen to my hypnosis sessions, or someone else's, I don't really mind as long as you're getting the help, have a bit of a check of all that you did is good. It could be one thing, it could be two things. It'd be hard in the beginning. But even if you took the time out to do some personal development, even if you helped someone, even if someone gave you a compliment, as you start to do that, what are we doing? We're handing that over, especially with the hypnosis, handing that suggestion over into the dream sleep or the dream state. And therefore you're unconscious. And therefore when you're unconscious, it's going to start to integrate conflict. And that is where we may have some crazy dreams in the beginning, because our unconscious mind is trying to work out. But when you start to do that, your unconscious mind will figure it out. And once again, it's going to look for more of the same. It is just biology. You can say the law of attraction, which, yeah, I get in every way. But it's also backed up with just biology. Whatever you focus on most of the time, or the things you put to shine that light to, it will look for more of those things. So do those little small steps. Look for the confirmation as to why you should feel blessed and full of gratitude, because you're alive. And then you're going to start to get to that place where you get to live, where you get to choose your state of being. And you feel protected, and you rise up to that contrasting experience, that resistance, which then you go, I am so happy. It's going to be a tricky one for a lot of people, but I am so happy for that resistance, because it caused me to show up differently. It caused me to show up and be different to the person I'm going to be. I'm going to show up differently so I can have that in my reality. But on top of that, you're showing up for someone else as well. And do you know who that is? You're showing up for that part of you which felt broken way back then, that may have been hurt or been told that they weren't enough. You are protecting your future self, but you are being the greatest advocate for your life and being the example of who you needed back then. Imagine if you woke up every single day and you did the work and you're making progress and you're starting to see the self-certainty, you're starting to be seen within yourself, and then even other people starting to see, hear, and feel. And that's all happening. What are you doing? You're becoming that person. With that person that you're generating, if you look through the eyes of that young you, wouldn't you have just loved someone like that in your life to guide you, to save you, to help you, to support you? I'm sure you would. So we've got to be the person that will make that young self proud. To be the person that says, look, I'm going to put my hand out, I'm going to take your hand, and I'm bringing you forward a time, evolving you by unconsciously learning and growing up and integrating. And then you can take that integration into your future. You see, we've felt disconnected for way too long. And maybe it's the social media. Maybe we're a bit upset and we start to have conversations online and we start to get into arguments, or we even just feel jealous because this person has a great life. They're on a boat, they're on holiday, they're with their partner, and you're scrolling or you're commenting or whatever it is. Social media is good to a degree, but it can cause us to feel more scarcity. So we've got to really undo that and go, look, I'm going to do the quiet work. Here's a little deal you should make with yourself. For every minute, and for us, some of us might be hours, for every minute, you're going to do the equal of developing yourself. Of every minute that you spend on social media or doing a behavior that isn't serving you, you're going to stop afterwards or beforehand, even better, and reflect on what is good about you. You're going to do some hypnosis first. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to stop you do the social media, number one, surprise. But at the very least, you're going to start to make wise decisions. You're going to become conscious. And then as your unconscious becomes conscious, it's going to start to see the value in who you are. It's not going to be comparing yourself to those online. You're not going to be comparing yourself to what your friends are doing. You're not going to be comparing yourself to what you were told back in the past. You're going to be comparing yourself to what you've been doing right here and right now, which is educating yourself to a level of success that you desire and deserve. You're going to start to compare yourself not from where you want to be or even to others, but how far you've come. That is the best way of learning. Compare yourself to where you were from yesterday, a week ago, a month ago. If you're not happy with that progress, keep on doing that quiet work. But when you do make that progress, you're going to have the most wonderful confirmation. You see, I'm going to end this in a moment. But when I think about when I was young, and I had all that anxiety, fear, worry, and dread, had all the blushing, the self-consciousness, all of the things I solve in my program now, all the limiting beliefs, in other words. When I think about all the work that I've done to get rid of that, and to then look for solutions to help people do the exact same thing in the most crazy, undeniable way, I can see how far I've come, and I can see how much I've overcome, and the things I had to go through when it comes through the stresses and all those things. And that makes me so proud. And I said this on a previous episode, I think, but when I sometimes dream at night, I go back to when I was at school, and I'm worried at school, but then there's the other part of me that just says, don't worry, your future self's going to take care of this. Like, don't worry, you're going to get into hypnosis, you're going to help people, forget about school, don't forget about it totally, do the work still. I definitely want to tell myself that, but not to put so much pressure on yourself. And to me, that is just a sign of unconscious confirmation of how far we can grow. So watch out for maybe some of those dreams in the future. But once again, here's one more, a couple of things probably. Once you get to that level, look for community. Look for those who will honor your heart, your dream, your purpose, your ideas, your actions and reactions, and you do the exact same thing. Like I said, lifting each other up, but do the quiet work first. And then, finally, we want to be able to tap into our passions. You see, once you get into that validation of what is good and great within you, you will start to then feel passion and purpose. You'll have a sense of mission and ambition and vision, for that matter. And that's when you start to dream big. So it may take the small steps, but once you do, you start to uncover something so much bigger than you. And that will tie back to the final thing, which is that hero's journey. Like I said, you go through conflict on the internal. Something's not going right, all that resistance. The hero goes, I gotta do something here. And then once they've solved that, along the way they find something deeper than that is greater than that, the greater than themselves. And to me, doing anything that is greater than yourself is purpose. So watch out for that. It's gonna be really exciting. So if you're worried about purpose, you're worried about how to get there, forget about it for now. Focus on creating the identity by design. Designing your identity in a way that will serve you, which will be encouraging and loving, nurturing, graceful, all of those things. Look for the confirmation of what you did is good. Do the work, do the hypnosis, protect your heart, protect your dream, protect your home, protect all of those things, and then you become the example to those who doubted you. You become the example for those who need you. And that is where the next big mission and ambition starts to happen. Even if it's in the subtle things, even if it's your children, for example, that's a great big one. Even if it's with your colleagues, your customers, your partner, all of those things are just going to totally transform and develop in every single way. So I hope you got value from this episode. Like I said, I haven't said this, but on this episode, I want you to know I believe in you. I believe you have so much talent and value that you can achieve so many things, even things that you don't know yet, because we're just blinkered by limiting beliefs. But I believe in you. Sometimes we need someone to believe in ourselves, which I get. And of course, if you ever want to be able to apply for my program where you get to work with us, it's just you set up a consultation with us. It's going to be on Zoom, and you'll speak to the person and get clear on where you are, where you want to be, what's getting in your way. And if we can solve the issue in the most undeniable way within 8 weeks, we may invite you to the program. It is a fully custom and tailored experience, from me creating hypnosis sessions for you in audio form so you have them for the rest of your life, and it's built for your unconscious mind, and I'm speaking directly to your unconscious mind. Plus we have a support network, a group who will support you. We have these crazy profound experiences within the system which will cause you to wake up to see what's truly possible. You see examples of what can be done. So if you ever want to apply. It's not going to be for everyone. You've got to be invested in time, just an hour and a half or so a week, maybe 2 at the most for 8 weeks. But yes, there is a financial investment because you're working with us directly. So it's not free like a lot of my episodes. So you got to be ready to step up. But when you do, life will never be the same again. So with that, I look forward to speaking to you on a future episode. Many thanks and goodbye. Okay, we did it. Episode 1036. Quick change of the music. I was going to speak all day for a minute. I was going to speak all day. Oh my goodness, these comments. This resistance is gonna make me, I'm gonna learn something from this resistance. I'm gonna tell you that. I don't know how, but I'm gonna learn from this resistance. Awesome. Yeah, I guess, in my opinion, politics is such a tricky thing, which only creates division. And if we take like the conflicting parts, it is divisive and it gets a bit of a conflict because no one likes to be told. Well, I'm kind of telling you in my episodes of how I think you should be doing, but I'm trying to plant ideas and not say this is the only way. But sometimes when it comes to politics, we become skewed, and we even get confirmation bias. I know I do at politics. Great to have you on the stream, Ava Sarah Claire. Is it Ava? Ava? Yes. Hey Rocky, great to have you in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome even. Thank you, Mary. Oh, thank you, Med. That's so kind. Very, very kind of you. And thank you, Eric, as well. I've been thinking too hard. My hair's going crazy. That's very, very kind of you. Appreciate, my friend. Great one to come back to then, sir. Awesome. Great quality you have right there, sir. You're doing the work. Thank you, Mina. Very, very kind. Oh, thank you, Rocky. Yeah, I don't do these power talks too often. It's more so go ahead and get yourself in a nice, comfortable position. That's what I usually do. But not today. I want to do a power talk. Hey, my friend Krista. How you doing? Been a long time. Great to see you here. Krista is an amazing practitioner. Are you still in Austin? Well, I am not going to take the credit. I trust my unconscious mind. And it's not like I haven't said these things before as well. Like, every story's been told in the whole world. So it's not like I'm being totally unique every single time. I do bring into elements, as you all probably know, of things I've spoken about behalf. Sometimes I try to say it differently. But yeah, I like to trust and see what happens. But thank you, Mary. That's very kind of you. And plus, I've been doing this for I've been in hypnosis for 23 years. But I've been public speaking for, I don't know, my oldest YouTube video will probably tell us. And if you want to see some old, crazy, young me, my oldest video, I forgot how to do it. Oh, you just do that. 2006. And I've been doing it for just before that as well. But thank you, Michelle, I appreciate that. And thank you, Cheryl, for your kind words and contribution. As always, have a good one. Eric, you're probably gone by now. But enjoy your coffee. Mina. No, we'd surely you discussed this in the beginning that you're not meant to be having caffeine. This is caffeine. Not coffee or anything like that. This is just hydration. That's what you gotta stick to. Ah, thank you, Krista. I wasn't gonna say anything just about you. I appreciate that. So, Krista was on our practitioner. Oh my goodness, how long ago is that, Krista, now? Yes. Yes. That young me. My goodness.
Well, we work with the unconscious mind, and the unconscious mind does run the smoking behaviour. So we really harness the unconscious mind to let go of the whole smoking behaviour without actually gaining weight or any withdrawal symptoms.
So it is just how it sounds. You'll put someone in a trance.
Yes, definitely. But we do out of trance work stuff too. We practice advanced levels of NLP, which stands for Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and it's a great way of retraining your...
Who is that person? We do unconscious mind. Good observation. I noticed that you include Beer Now in your dose. Have you seen the documentary that had the same name? No, I haven't. I'll look into that. That's cool. Andy... and D with a Y. Whitfield. I'll put it in my browser so I can look after. Oh, it looks cool. Oh. Next to it though, it's got Ram Dass. I don't know if he's in it or not. The Ram Dass documentaries are awesome. I listened to the Ram Dass music album by, is it Feather Dot or someone like that? Really cool if you're interested in chilling. Thank you for the suggestion. I'll look more into that. Yeah, it takes time. Then you start to... It's easier to do this rather in person, because I'm just looking at a camera. I'm thinking of you all. But I like doing the live events because it's more intimate as a connection. But it's harder to a degree because you're trying to connect with everyone. You're scanning the room all the time. Well, I do anyway. Oh, dare. Quit it. What do you think of other tools that tap into the subconscious, like tapping, or maybe the targets? Yeah, there's no, so like EFT, right? Emotional freedom technique. I think all therapy is good therapy if it gets good results. And I know it can interrupt the pattern and the neurology by doing certain things at the same time. So I see nothing bad about it. And if it works, it works. So I'm never going to say only do hypnosis, because I don't only do hypnosis. I do lots of things you don't know, but I'm doing it in hypnosis. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, 2016. That was such a cool group. I remember our, was it the, oh, I'm over an hour now. There's, I remember when we went back there for the masterclass. That was cool as well. So cool. Awesome. I'm pleased my work is helping. Well, you did give me some suggestions, so I try to weave them in, but try to do other things as well. It's a bit hard to do it. Joseph, do you have a favorite to listen to for, as in my work or someone else's work? Have a good one. And thank you once again. Yeah, we're gonna... Got a little Sebastian there. Oh, look at him. He's like... Oh, you got Mr. C at the back. Bottom left as well. Oh my goodness. I just deleted Mr. C from my scene. Sorry, C. That's embarrassing. Oops. Oops. Why would I do that to Mr. C? Ah! Went it to loop. And then Mr. C, we're going to position you just where I had you. Which was roughly about... It'll make you bigger than last time to make up for it. And I will lock this in. Scene is locked. Awesome. That's great. That's what I really like about practitioners, that it can be very holistic. Like, it's not just one way. All roads lead to Rome. And I like to think all therapies should go and lead to the one place for the client's outcome. And some processes will just resonate more than others. Like Reiki or even massage is a great healing modality, because our body stores energy and emotion and conflict. So sometimes, I'm sure you had it with the massage, emotion comes up. So finding whatever works is what resonates. And it even goes to the practitioner as well, right? Like if you don't like my voice, then go to another hypnotherapist. If you do, then that's great. So it's all about finding these right things, working on the core issue as always. When I need encouragement, I've got a playlist which I usually do in my runs. So when I'm going for a run, it's a medley of motivational speeches with music. Shows how long I haven't gone for a run because my back. But yes, I've got quite a few, but I can't play on here. But if you just type in like YouTube motivational, that helps as well. Not so much. They used to a little bit more, but Sebastian's a bit of a bully. He's an older brother. Mr. C is more of a younger brother, and that could be a bit of a conflict. But also because Mr. Little Sebastian is getting kind of old, and he's blind in one eye, half blind or more in the other eye. So if Mr. C does a bit of a get too close and then spooks Little Sebastian, then it's all out war for a moment. And that makes Little Sebastian a little bit territorial of his space, which he was always a little bit territorial. But Mr. C can be very cheeky. So I think there's just a bit of energy there. But not anything aggressive, like no biting or anything like that. Oh, I haven't seen that one. If you could see what I hear. Interesting, I like that. Have a good one, Michelle. Yeah, that's my hoodie Little Sebastian's got. Yeah, I listen to my own hypnosis if I need it, but I'm generally all good. It's just if I need motivation on a run or before I do a speaking gig. Not live streaming, but if I'm in front of like 200 or more people, I will listen to something to kind of get me in the energy mood. So there you go. Okay, my friends, we are way over time. We are 1 hour and 20 minutes in. So go ahead and hit thumbs up if you did enjoy the episode. I will be editing this very soon and putting up onto the podcast. So hit that thumbs up. And I'll be back on Friday for an actual hypnotic meditation. And then I've got to record the traditional hypnosis and day sleep version of it and the 4-hour sleep this week. But the live stream at 3 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. East Coast, 11 p.m. in England, the UK, on Friday is about self-certainty. In fact, if you stay on this screen right now, even when I've gone, you should be able to see it. It will take you there. You can hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the reminder, and you'll be all good to go. Yeah. I like the we get to interact with everyone on the stream. So great to have you here, Rocky. We'd like to see you back because we have lots of people who have been here for a long time. So it'd be great to have you on the stream again. So Friday, we'll be back. For everyone who's lurking, subscribe, leave a comment in the chat. We want to get to know you and help you and support you. So thank you, everybody. I will speak to you all on Friday. Excuse this next screen where it says Wednesday on live. I won't be live. It's just Mondays and Fridays now. Many thanks and goodbye. Okay, Mary, you did this again, didn't you? Why would you do that? There we go. It worked, everybody. Let's hope it sticks. Ah, no. We want it right there. Perfect. Do you know what it was, everybody? If we keep it like that, it will be just